Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Commodities Report. And I just want to say I've got the price data for the commodities portfolio working. I'll need to give it a bit of a test today, but you can go ahead and use that. One of the things is that we're getting our data from a company called Commodities /API.com. Now I put this URL in the commodities section in the social chat. So if you're going to use the portfolio, then it's probably a good idea to tag that symbols here, because basically this is the symbols that it will use. This is the company here, and we're using one of their APIs. So it will have commodities, but it'll also have them in currencies as well. So if you're in Europe, then you can use it in the Euro side or the Aussie side or the US side, that sort of thing. So it's got the currency in there as well. So, I mean, many currencies are futures contracts anyway. So, but yeah, so the codes for these will be here. You know, we've pretty much got everything that that we need to look at. You just have to understand the futures code for what you know, for copper or for silver or for, you know, whatever that you're looking at. I probably, you know, I won't dive into any of the exotics at this stage, but yeah, all the basics are here for this. Okay, so I just thought I would say that. So yeah, that's in this is in the commodity section, and you can you'll need that if you're going to sort of use that portfolio a bit. Okay, so Bitcoin, let's just start from the top here, give the good, the bad, and the ugly. And as you may know, the move from the top to the bottom here, and the 61.8%, I won't do it too spot on here, but we're basically, you know, I always find this, you know, the 61.8%, and then I always gravitate to the closest, largest number. So in this case, the 50K here. So we've always known that that would be pretty much the target area to the upside. So what we've got at the moment is we can look at this in two ways. We can look at this as an A wave and a B wave, as you know, and then we can put a C wave on the top here. If that is indeed the case, then we would be coming down, testing this previous low here, and then moving up there. Now you probably think, well, that's you know, not going to happen, because with, you know, the narrative for Bitcoin with the big boys joining the game, and the halving and all of that. And look, you're probably right, but I know from experience we always tend to get the opposite of what we're thinking about, you know. So there's half a silly chance that this could occur. You know, the reasons for it would be that, you know, we've seen it all before. We've seen it in the silver market where paper money comes in, and in the futures contracts come in, and they just, you know, hound, you know, just basically, I mean, because there's only retailers in here at the moment, you know. So yeah, they can, you know, I was always a little bit annoyed about the futures market coming in on this, but in a way it sort of led to the ETFs in an odd way. You can't stop a good thing, apparently. So, but yeah, these markets, you know, can be pushed around. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, if I was BlackRock and so on, I would be thinking, you know, it's a game and you've got to play to win. And, you know, if that price can be pushed down, well then, let's do it, you know. And there's yeah, the futures market is being used, for holding coins and at the moment different ETF providers. Kathy Wood's holding futures contracts. So yeah, look, this makes a nice ABC pattern for this top here, and that's the end of the story. And it could do this. Will it do that? I have no idea. I can't say that it will or it won't. There's a good case to count 5 waves down here. Sure, you can squeeze in a corrective pattern as well. I understand that. But for me is that, I hold a few Bitcoin as well as the next person. And I would like to add to this as well. Of course, I'd like it to go up as well, but I can't say that it's going to go up. I don't have any evidence of that whatsoever. Currently, we do have, if you've been around the trading levels a little bit, you know that it just naturally gets sold off, at a large number, and that's what it's doing. And we're expecting basically an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. Now, we're going to get that. Now, that could also be a bearish pattern as well. But if we can confirm that it's actually going to be corrective just by moving back up and taking the top of the B wave out, then we know that that we've got a bullish market at that point. We may be able to know before that as well. I'm sure we can. It'll just depend on how this C wave here comes down. So that's kind of it at the moment. And you can also kind of imagine too the normal process for at the 50,000 here would be, the arrival, the reaction in 3 waves coming down to some kind of support, the first high above the level, some type of, correction across here again in some way. I'm probably over dramatizing it too much, but if we can see that it's, once we know that this is corrective here, then we know that we're in a bigger bullish market. And what that actually means for me is that, this whole correction, even though it went to 69,000 or whatever it was, to me, this has always been about the 50,000, about finding support on the 50,000 or not, and when we're over here, we could see that, it wasn't looking good, especially on this retest, here. So, I did give lots of warnings about this top, and the chance to get out. And I said to myself, and to you guys that I would be holding my Bitcoin. I don't know how far it's going to go down, but I'll go for the ride with you. And, so we've done that. And, that was, it was kind of emotional experience, I guess, holding that, because it's not normally my thing to do. I wouldn't normally do that. Even my wife sort of gave me a hard time about that. But our partners can always give you a hard time, as to keep your mouth shut as much as possible. So yeah, once we work out that this is actually a corrective pattern in here, once we can confirm that, the interesting thing is that because this is at the 50,000 here, or trading level 5, to me, it doesn't matter if it's 50 cents. To me, the Bitcoin is behaving like a penny stock, and it is like it's at 50 cents, But, anyway, the number 5. So after the number 5 here, look, there will be, there will be this medium level 65 and 80 and 90 and 100. But basically, if we can work out that this is corrective here, then we're going to be going to 100 at this point. And we'll go through the levels and, we'll do all the dances and so on. But basically, that's it. The bull run would be confirmed once this is done here. Okay. So that's exciting news. So it is what it is at this point, on the daily chart here. So we counted sort of 5 waves up here, and all that's good. And we are getting an impulse wave to the downside here. We can go in and just clean this mess up here. But basically, we're looking for this is a little A wave that can come down, or wave 1, and then there'll be the B wave or wave 2, and then this one here will be something like this, you know. But the other thing too, if I just go back a second here, I wanted to just go over something else for my own sake as well, is just basically looking at these things. So let me just get, I'm not that familiar with all these tools. It won't be that one, won't be that one, could be this one, could be this one. That should do the trick. So the distance there, roughly speaking, is the length of this one here. So this length here is here. So this leg here is still longer, right, than this leg. So, you know, we can call it a third wave. That would be okay. But if we move the C wave out for a moment, I mean, it makes a perfect C wave because normally wave A and C have got some sort of correlation to them, you know, some sort of equality rather. If we put the wave 3 here, then we can look for a 38.2% retracement level, which will be around the 40K there anyway. But that means that if that is the case, then we will see wave 4 come in, and then wave 5 is going to, you know, got to get a bit of length in it. So it'll be up here somewhere, hit the old highs here, and then it'll be something like this here, coming back for wave 2, and then going up here. Now, yeah, so, and then we call this wave 1 here and wave 2 over here for this. It'll be, if that was going to be the case, you know, the other side of the coin on the bullish side is looking at this as wave 1 up here and then having a slightly deeper pullback for wave 2 at that point. You know, it's not like wave 3's nice and long here. Do you know what I mean? Like it should be. It's just not there, you know. So we need to look at it in other possible ways. But yeah, it all just boils back down to this little correction here. So just going back into the daily chart here for a moment. So looking at this as an A and a B and a C down here. If we look at this on the, I don't know, I think we did look at it on, this is just a 15-minute chart here. One of our members have done a nice chart in the commodity section, I think it is, or the crypto section on this here. So we can just go over this here while we're here. There's we've got wave 1 here and 2 here, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for this. So we can put wave 3 there rather. Now we can put, I'm thinking that we could put wave 4 here and have a truncated 5th wave here. That's what I'm sort of thinking. And then we go up for an ABC pattern here. But the other side to the coin here is that, as pointed out by one of our members, is that this is just a 4th wave here, and we come down to the 5th wave. So they're the two counts, but I have to say it doesn't really matter at this point. We don't need to get too involved in it, because what will happen at some point here is that we're going to have, we either come down here and we have an ABC pattern up here, and then we have another move down here to probably 38, 39,000, and then we make a move up at that point. Now, this leg here will be roughly the same as this leg probably, and you know, like I said, that could be the low there. We could already be having the ABC pattern. I'm not that fussed. I haven't really focused on it. I've just got a few other more important things to do. So yeah, this is where it becomes interesting down here, this leg here. And also too, it's the angle of this here, right? So, if I look at this here, and because the wave A is normally quite sharp coming down, this always makes it scary because all the stops will be getting stopped out here. That's basically it. So, I could put it here, I could put it over here, but it's basically that angle there. So what we want to see in this one here is we want to see the lazier the better for wave C. If this is coming down like this, and then it's more like a third wave coming down at this point, and that's an issue at that point. So we just got to wait and see how it goes over here. So hopefully it's just some sort of ABC pattern over here, and that will be the end of it. And, you know, we can start confirming it by a nice impulse wave up to the 50-60%. That would just about do it too. And then if it pulls back, well, then we can buy it at that point. I'd like to get a few more as well. It'd be nice to get a few more Bitcoin, but I'll have to settle for sats. We'll see. Yeah, so that's it at the moment. We shall see. It's probably this. I'm probably a Freudian move of an ABC pattern here in my subconscious or something. Anyway, that's enough waffling on about Bitcoin. I also, just while we're here, I got the videos. If you're using the mobile phone to look at the videos, I've got that's working now as well. So it's working to fix that issue. Okay, so we're over to the US dollar. And I'm a little bit excited about the US dollar because it's going to open up a lot of, opportunities, not only in other pairs, you know. So this is our picture here. So as you know, we've been looking at this as wave one with wave two coming back here, and we're looking for that wave two in an ABC pattern here as some sort of ABC pattern. We've got the A wave, I think we've got the B wave in, and we're looking for the C wave here. And then we come down. So when this goes up to here, then we can start shorting, you know, the Aussie, the Euro. I'll ask Malik what he thinks about the best ones to short as well. So we'll discuss that, and we'll put short trades out for those. But it also engages, you know, a lot of the commodities as well. So let's just go in here. I'll just see if I've done anything on this. Okay, this is a 2-hour chart here, gives us a bit more of a perspective. It does appear that we've got a nice impulse wave to the upside. This wave B, I see that we could put it here and look at that as wave 1 and 2 here. That's a possibility, or we'll have to put it over here. So it's a bit of an eeny, meeny, miny, mo here situation at the moment. We'll take a closer look at that on the 15-minute chart. Because I could count 5 waves up there on this. I'll just go over to this chart here that I've been using before. So let me just get in a few more here. So this was the A wave up here, right? And then we had this as an A, and then we had this as an A, B, C over here for the B wave, and then down for the C wave here. So a bit jaggedy, but 1, 2, 3, 4 overlap, 5. And then start to moving up here. Well, whichever way, you know, if I need, this is the low here. So I could put this here and look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. It's in 3 waves there. So we could, you know, we could use that. And then because we've got the overlap here, we could look at this as an A and a B and a C. So it's quite possible that's wave 1 based on that low here. So anyway, just mulling that situation over. But one of the main points here is we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for wave 1 and 2, and then we're getting this one here. So, I mean, you could even, oops, Stacey, you could even go long on, you know, on this, here. There'll be something, you know, top of group 1 here will be a bit of a struggle. But so you could be shorting the Aussie, the Euro, and all of that stuff now-ish, you know, I mean, a little bit sort of late, but yeah, so what we're looking for here is we're looking to get some, you know, and we need to consider this situation as well. I'll have Malik will know because he's been looking at all the other pairs. So that they will, you know, these sort of things show up if you look around good enough. So what we want is we want that top there, and then we want 5 waves down. Once we've got 5 waves down, we'll be looking for an ABC correction here, and then we're going to look to short it here. If we've got 5 waves here, we may enter a small position up here further, but this will be the main position here. And then if that gets clicked in, we'll only have 3 waves at this point. But what we'll try to do, once we've got that 3rd wave in here, then we'll look for the 4th and the 5th to come down, and then there's going to be an ABC pattern back up again. We're going to try and hold through all of this. Okay. And then we'll do the same again. We'll rinse and repeat. But if we got this 5 here, that means that we will be able to get a better position up here somewhere for that and look to add there as well. It's quite difficult to build into a trend, as you navigate things, because you end up getting in down here somewhere, and then you get burnt on the retest. And then suddenly you also realize sometimes is that, and you don't get in here, and you get this cascading effect here where it doesn't go up much and just just comes down again as well. So you're damned if you do and damned if you don't, in a way, and it doesn't rally to where you need it to rally to, or one would like it to rally to. So so this method here is kind of our backstop sort of method, and when we put the trade on, we'll be doing it like that, and we'll be doing it for the longer term from wave 2 all the way down in that case. So which will be, it'll be the reverse for the big long trades for the Aussie and the Euro and all that. But we can short these as a CFD or a ETF or all those sorts of things. We can go to the dollar fund and do that sort of stuff. So yeah, so some of the Forex trades we might even put in the stock trades as, if I'm in Australia, so an ETF on that would be the FXA, so to speak. So we will probably be doing that as well, but it will open up a nice can of worms, all of that stuff. Let me get this charting program back up here, this one. So yeah, so this one, so this one here, not sure to go here or here, so I'm just going to float it in the middle here, and that was a little 5 waves we moved up here. So yeah, we'll just see. There's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here at ABC, and then back again, and then up again, So it will open up all of those other pairs, but it'll also put strength into the gold market and so on. So I will go to the TLTs here next, and I should just go to the daily chart first, just so you've got some bearing on this. I haven't updated the intraday, but we can do that. So basically, we're looking for wave 4 and 5 here, and as you know, we're looking for a move to the upside here. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3, and looking at wave 4 here, and then going up for wave 5. So we're just looking for a classic trading levels pattern across that level. That's what we're doing, and at the moment we're somewhere in here, I guess, about here. So we need to get wave 4 and wave 5, and then we'll have an ABC over here that could pull back a bit further. I should redo these drawings a bit. I'll put it on the list. So yeah, so if we just go in here, I can see, the thing is that I can see that we've got 5 waves down here. So that means we've got 5 here, we'll get a rally and then another 5, so you might want to trade long up there, I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. You should be up there for, you could probably stay up. If you buy here, you could probably stay in it for 10 days. It just won't have a lot of range in it, So 15 minutes, was it? So yes, I haven't updated this for a while, so that can go. I think we got the low in, because I remember going over this before, 1, 2, 3, and all of this is 4 here and then 5 here. So it looks like we're sort of in the ABC sort of thing here now somewhere, So none of this really interests us. This would be more interesting over here for this, to get this leg here. But really, it's after we've got this leg here, it's back over here. This is the big one here. This is the one that you want to be holding into for this trend over here for quite some time. But it's a long way to get over there at this stage. Okay, so go back to the daily chart, and we'll start having a look at what's next. Gold's next, so we'll have a look at gold. So with gold, I was thinking that I've got to be a little bit careful here. I mean, it's quite clear on this move here that we've got 3 waves here, right? So I was thinking that we would have, I could just about draw this out here, have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here for the C wave, as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. But if this top gets taken out, then we've got a little bit of an issue at that point. So I'll just wait and see, because if we don't get this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, then what I'll have to do is put wave 2 here and look at this here as an A, B, and C pattern here for this. Oh yeah, so if you're getting the trading levels thing, I'll just talk about this while I'm here, is that what you need to do is, if you want the trading levels template, is that you need to send me your username, which is up here, right? You need to send me whatever that is. And then what I do is I go into the back end and I grant access to that particular username here, right? And then I'm not sure what, I would expect that you'll get some sort of notification that you've been granted access to it, but I'm not sure about that. If anybody knows, can they let me know? Because I need to know the process that happens from the other side. Then I can explain it to other people. But I think that you get a notification. And once you've got the notification, then you can go to indicators here and search trading levels, or trading lounge, or trading levels here. One of these. And then once it's here, you can there'll be other stuff here as well, but this is locked here, so you'll be granted access on that. So, yeah, then just in your things here, just click the yellow here, and that will put it into your favorites at this point, whatever your favorites are. I just use volume, and I've brought up with the stochastic, so I kind of know them inside out. So they can be hit. So these are really all I use, really, and Elliott. And then you just double click on this, and it appears on the chart at that point. It's just, yeah, so this over here, so this is sort of, I'm just wondering if we've got some sort of A, B, and C here, because when you work around large numbers like this one here, then a lot of times things get a bit skewed. So if you're counting Elliott wave and you've got some weird count around a large number, you've got to kind of be a bit philosophical about it, because the big numbers do attract bigger prices, and it keeps pulling it back to that number because people buy at whole numbers and even numbers and all that sort of psychology stuff, and it can really skew things around a little bit. But technically, we really should be going long above this top here. You know, if I forget about everything else, we should be going long above here, with the stop under the level at that point. But we don't have a very good sort of pattern here. But all I can see here is that I look for long trades when I'm above the level, and I look for short trades when I'm below the level, and I need a retest. And really what's happened here is it's come up and hit here and shot up and done crazy stuff. It's come back and tested, and it's held, and now it's come back and tested again. So if it takes that top out, to me, that's a setup for a long trade, you know. I don't know what I've got this running on. I don't know what, I always use different things for, for different things. But, yeah, so I think that we need to put a little long trade in above that price there, because we don't want to miss the boat, and, you know, so that could be quite a possibility. Otherwise, this move down here will come back up here. Don't go too early. Make sure that top is really cleared, because otherwise we'll get some awkward looking thing here and then moving up here until the dollar tops out, you know. But you see the A wave here was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or something. And this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even more. So it's got kind of the right timing for everything. You know what I mean? It just hasn't pulled back. So this is a case where we should be looking to buy, you know, a nice clear break at the top, or even better still, that's on, it's on 80. Is that on 80? Can we put that on 80? That's a bit better there, isn't it? That's on 80. So a little classic trading levels pattern on the 80 would be good for the first small position. And the other one, of course, is the 2100 here, this one here. So we can add on this one as well at this point. So a part position here, so we could just put this here in terms of style here. Let's just put that as a thin line. And then the other one will be on the 100 here. So we'll need a bit of a classic trading levels pattern here. Then we can put in a larger trade at this point. Just, you don't want to get, you know, just, we don't want to get sort of, we don't want to miss the bus, so to speak, you know, because of our opinions, you know. You've got to put your trading hat on, and that would be putting your trading hat on. So then we come down to, I just want to have a look at GDX as well. So this is what I thought with GDX as well. Same sort of thing here is that we would have an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and then have 3, 4, 5 here, and then we go up from that point. I mean, to me, this here, I mean, oh, that top's a little bit dodgy, but otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's pretty smooth to me. We'll keep an eye on it. I mean, we're going to go along on GDX above the top here, or a second high here. That's what we were kind of thinking, you know. I'll just turn that green. Yeah. But we'll put these also into the, I mean, the GDX would probably have to go into the stock trade, the stocks, and the gold, the other gold one can go into, we've got US spot gold in the commodities section, so that will go into that one. And then we come to silver. So, I mean, silver's quite good too. It's got a little 5-wave structure here. I mean, so because we're looking at, we've got this in 2 ways. We've got, you know, we've got this as a triangle pattern here as well, but I've also got it as an impulse wave. But this here, we were looking at this being here as a little A, B, and C here, and then coming down to 3, 4, 5 here, and then going up. That would be the pathway for this one. But at the same time, I can see this here as, you know, as a triangle pattern finishing off. We've got an ABC here, then an ABC here, pulling back 50, 60%. So it's also possible for this to move up here as well. We don't have to worry about it just yet, but it's, you know, it's doable. We just got to pay attention, that's all. And going above this top here would be the silver move at this point. And then we come over to the base metals. So we're looking at copper here. And with copper, we've been looking at this as 5-wave move to the upside. So I was looking at this coming down as the A wave. It makes quite a nice 5 waves here. So we'll have a B wave and a C wave coming. So it's still a long way off at the moment. I did have a look at this on the intraday. It seems to count better as 5 than corrective, but we'll just keep a bit of an eye on it and the volume and so on. So we'll just, you know, we watched at top in 5 waves. That was our first bullish thing, you know what I mean? And so we got the 5 waves. It could be part of this corrective pattern and continue down here. This is why we need to be a little bit careful just on the flip side of this here. But all said and done, we'll be looking for something like that. And then we'll also be looking to go long above the B wave. And we'll also look to build positions long over here as well. So yeah, just nothing really to do here at the moment for this. And we come over to iron ore. So with iron ore here, we're looking I was looking at this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. I think it's better like that rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, an extension in the fifth wave here. But I can also see this as 5 waves here. So that's probably a low in here at the moment. And yeah, it's running out of steam there, but it was going into holiday, so I can forget that. But yeah, an A and a B and a C wave here for this wave 4. So as I mentioned, this is important for the Rios and the Vales and the FMGs and yada yada yada. So that's there, and then we're looking at uranium. So uranium had a nice little sort of move up here. I'm just going to grab my that's that one. We were using, and I'm going to continue to use this one, but we're also originally using this one here. Okay, so I just wanted to bring this back up so I could, because I put some work into this and I'm familiar with it, you know. So we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. And yeah, so might even need to space that out a bit more actually, but we'll do all that. So this will be wave 5 up here. I can't really call it wave 3. It's just not, you know, because I've got this as 1 and 2 here. It's not really going to do it for me. It's not going to make it, just not going to be long enough. So that means that I will have to put this as 1 and 2 up here, I think, or do some other fancy footwork. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, what's going to happen? You can see that it's had the arrival, the reaction, and it's going up here, and you'll have the first high above the level and all that sort of stuff. And then it's going to have a correction back again. So it's probably, I'll have to sort of expand the move up, and you can see the trend is expanding as well. You can see how small all of this is, and you can see how you know, these are small, this is a bit bigger, this trend's bigger, this is everything is bigger now. Do you know what I mean? It's growing through like a tree, just growing through time and space. So yeah, we can view this in terms of coming up here somewhere, coming back here. So it matters and it doesn't what the count is, of course, but then it'll be like this. So as I mentioned before, we could get some positions here and we should be okay. This position here will probably turn into the red. If you'd like to take some part profit here, there's nothing wrong with that. What I also normally do as well, this is 1, 2, and 3 here. So if 33 became the tested support, then the market wouldn't be coming back. It would continue to move to the upside. So if we got a classic trading levels pattern sitting on top of this here, then we would have to go long again at that point. So I would need to go long at that point. We can't wait around. That's the point I know that I'm wrong, and that's the point that we need to act as well. So I'm aware of this situation, I'm aware of this situation, and we'll accommodate this the best we can. I'll probably put these into the CommodityCheck portfolio at some stage as well. It's something that we started, and I know there's some people in it, so we'll do that. But yeah, in the meantime, we'll just keep plodding along, and I've just been a little bit busy getting as much stuff done as I can. So yeah, so this is a slightly, yes, I've got this as well. I've got this as 1 and 2 here, haven't I? Okay, so anyway, I'll sort it out, I'll wrap my head around it. So I'll just have a look at some of this. This is Sprox uranium here. So that's there, and cat, this is the biggest one here. Yeah, it makes a nice fourth wave here for this. Yeah, so all that's good. I also wanted to do something else as well. I did have in here, lithium here. So let me just double check here. That's the futures market, so that's not much chop to look at that. So this one here, this is the ETF. It's got battery tech in here and so on. But the thing that, because at Christmas time, I think it was, I noticed that we had a little 5-wave structure up here. It looks like it's coming down pretty hard here, but yeah, I'll just see. I mean, it's I had sort of counted this here as an A wave here, a B wave here, and a C wave here, and having a look at this as a triangle with an A, B, C, D, and E here for this. I don't know if that's quite right yet, but it's something that I was sort of looking at. I mean, it could easily come down further. It's pointing down, it's trending down. Do you know what I mean? Like picking the bottoms of mugs game. But I was thinking if I just put this on monthly here as well, just to get some perspective on this. This is the let me just move this. This is all the data I've got on this, but I wasn't sure to look at this as an A and a B and a C up here, but it's very strong as a C wave. It's more like a bullish move. I don't know if it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. It can't be wave 4 coming back here because it's pulled back. It's sitting right on the 61.8%. And also too here, you see how the volume's been diminishing here? We should be able to see that in some of these lithium stocks. This is a Chinese one. Well, positions everywhere. This one here, you can see the volume diminishing at this point. So, and this is really just reacting from here. So I'm thinking it's possible that we could be looking at lows here shortly. But anyway, I'm just going to keep looking at them and those sort of things. Yeah, so I just wanted to bring that into the fold. The agricultural side of things is actually quite good too. I haven't figured it out just yet, but we've got this large impulse wave here on the monthly. I'm not sure about this. I don't know if that's just the correction here, but when I've got time, we'll look into the agriculturals as well a little bit. Rightio. So that's that. Now we want to go over to crude. And that was a big spike down. It's crazy times, isn't it? So we want to go to daily. We'll do a really nice start. So basically, this move down here counts very nicely as an A and a B and a C, as I pointed out before, but also as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which I think is the dominant count. And the reason I think it's the dominant count is because, as I pointed out before, all of this particular pattern here is really the same as the US dollar here. So we're looking for the US dollar to have a bit of a rally and then come down, right? Come down quite strong, actually. So when we come back to crude here, it could come down quite strong here as well, I would imagine. So we can also look for short trades here, but we can look for the short trades here when the US dollar's in line, but in the meantime, we could short below this one here. So consider that a short trade. And have a look for the numbers here. If it's on 70, then we could look for a classic trading levels pattern, and we could, refine it and do all those sorts of things. Okay. Yeah, so that's, this here is a little bit sort of impulsive. So we should be going, but also I noted this is kind of looks impulsive as well. So could get trapped here, I guess. But now that crude's on its way, let me just have a look at this on the intraday here. Let's see if we can see anything in here. I mean, it's really sitting on that 70, isn't it, 72, my favorite numbers. So it's sitting there as well. It hasn't got the 72 as the, if it had the 72 as the resistance, then we could look at it, you know. So we'll just, but we could put that there because if that goes, I mean, because that, if that low goes, it would make this here as an A and a B and a C wave or something of that nature, certainly corrective. And then we'll get this length here, which will take us down to this low here. So probably be breaching it, but we'll just wait for crude as well. So anyway, we'll get there with it. I'll just put it, yeah, we'll just put it there. That will get us in. I'll be able to look after the trade at that point. Yeah, no, I'll just remove it at this stage, I think. Just not ready yet. I don't want to be sort of too early in the game. So that's that. Then we come over to natural gas. So we do have NG in the commodities thing as well. There's a couple of accounts here. I'll just go to UNG here. This is another one. You know, this is the gas fund here. So looking at this here, obviously this would be wave 1 and 2 here. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here. So then this one here is a little bit dodgy, but I'm thinking that's the third wave in the middle here, you know. So this would be here, little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for this. I could be wrong, and that could be part of that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. So anyway, I'm just trying to sort of sort this out a little bit. So it's quite possible that this top is going to be taken out, and then we'll have some sort of ABC pattern here before going. But we definitely getting that nice impulse wave up there. I can't remember what I said last week about all of this, but this is $3 here, so not really getting 5 waves up here. It looks like it's an ABC pattern here, so we'll just check on this tomorrow because of the holiday in the US and all the rest of it, you know. Yeah, I don't really have a 4th wave yet. That could be the 4th wave here and the 5th wave over here. If somebody's got a count on this, can they put it in the social chat if they've done some work on it, and we'll help others, and we'll try to work out. I mean, that was one of the things with the social chat that I wanted to do, was to basically get, because we've got some good Elliott people, and there's enough of you now that know the trading level. So you could help in finding trades, you know, and we can talk about them. And then I could put them into the trade section. This is what I'm asking, you know, Alessio and Malik and Kidiapon to do as well. They're good analysts, and we need to turn them into good traders. And I think between all of us, you know, we can find some good trades, you know, and talk about them. And you know, it doesn't have to all rely on me. Yeah, so I'll be asking for help in that, and it's good if you help other people. You're helping yourself if you help other people, and you know, it's good. So anyway, I'll get too emotional about it. So that's really that, actually, I think. How's nickel going, just while I'm here? Let's where's my other nickel chart? This is the one that I want here. So I feel like we've got a little bit more to go here. We did talk about this, I think, at the end of last year. You can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4. That would take on this one here. Could have this extra one in here too, so we could be down a bit further. So we're not there yet. We still need to come down further for nickel, but it's sort of surprising. It's sort of, you know, nickel's very valuable for the new green world as well. So to see it down here like this is a little bit puzzling, but as I say, you always get the opposite of what we're thinking. So that's that. Alrighty, I'll leave it all at that. I don't think I need to do any more on any of this. No, we've covered it. Okay, alrighty, cheers.